Oh yeah. Sweet, sweet Coke Zero. We're talking work fragrances. This is my work beverage. I go through Coke Zero. Love me some Coke Zero. So I enjoy that drink for work. This is Fragrances of the Week, everybody. Let's start with my intro. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Smells Like. I'm Josh. So good to see you. This is a reshoot. I already shot this video last night after work, and I had just gotten this face spray. It's like supposed to like make your face look revitalized and fresh when you're tired out, after a long day, like after work. It's supposed to spray your face with this stuff, and it revives you, makes you look fresh. So I sprayed myself. I thought I was looking good, ready to do my video on my work fragrances, office fragrances. Shoot the whole video. I go to edit it last night, late last night. I look, and with the light above me and this big old forehead, I looked like such a grease ball. Instead of looking dewy and fresh, my face just looked greasy. I couldn't bear to post a video looking like a total grease ball. So, this is a reshoot. This is not necessarily my top favorite work office fragrances. This just happens to be the fragrances that I wore last week for work. So this is 7 fragrances you can wear for work. I did work in some way, shape, or capacity every day last week, so I thought it would be a good week to showcase some of the fragrances I use for work. These are going to be versatile fragrances. Some might even think they're more boring, more like generic type fragrances. I think they're the best choices, well, for me, some of the best choices for the versatile type of fragrance that you need in a professional setting that aren't going to offend anyone. Let's dive right in with Sampling Sunday. As always, we got to have a Sampling Sunday. I've been sampling one from Prada. It's Prada L'Homme. Prada L'Homme has gotten so much hype as this great office fragrance, great work fragrance. And I got to tell you, I don't get the hype with this. It's okay. I will say, the more I wear it, the more it's growing on me. I really am starting to like it more than I did at first. To me, Dior Homme was better than this by a mile. And so for something kind of in that realm, I'm going to go with Dior Homme. But I'm starting to get the point of this. It's very, very professional. It's very fresh, very soapy, but it does have that iris that gives it a little bit of a powdery, kind of classy, classic, formal, a little bit of a formal touch to this. It doesn't do a lot, and I think maybe that's why people like this for the office. So anyway, Prada L'Homme, growing on me a little bit in terms of an office, work fragrance. But I'll have to give that some more awareness to see where I really come in on when it comes to that one. On Monday, I went with a fragrance from the house of Chanel. Now, I could do an entire week's worth of work fragrances with all Chanel. I could easily only wear Chanel ever to work and have plenty to choose from. Chanel is so classy, classic, people-pleasing, but also nice to wear. They're just, they have that magic to them. They have that classy touch to them. But I wanted to mix it up, so I only have 2 Chanels on this week's list. This one is Platinum Egoist. So Platinum Egoist, little brother to the original 1990s powerhouse classic of Egoist. Egoist, one of my favorite fragrances ever. Platinum Egoist, not so much, although it is a great office fragrance. This is more of a fougere, so it has that green shaving foam kind of barbershop touch. Of course, with that Chanel brightness, there's a lot of the Chanel lavender in here that Chanel is famous for. It's also woody. There's kind of a watery and metallic geranium in here. But mostly this fragrance is very green and has that barbershop-y kind of expensive shaving cream vibe to it. I've gone through a lot of phases with Platinum Egoist. Like, I really loved it when I first got it. When I first ever smelled this, I was like, wow, it's like a grown-up version of the original Abercrombie cologne that I wore when I was in high school. Not fierce, the original Abercrombie cologne. If you remember Abercrombie cologne, then you're an OG, you know what I'm talking about. I thought this is like the grown-up version of Abercrombie cologne from the 90s, right? Then I got tired of it. I thought, it's metallic, it's not my thing. Then when I got into more of a professional environment, again, I found this really does wonders when you're wearing a suit, when you're dressed up. Tuesday, let's go with the other sort of obvious, slightly generic pick from here. This is from Dior. It's Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Yes, I still wear Sauvage. This started a huge trend. I don't mess with any of the copies of this. I think that the original is still good. It's still worth having. I prefer the Eau de Parfum. It's more well-rounded. It's not as sharp. It's not as piercing. It's not as metallic. It's like the grown-up version of Sauvage. If that's a thing, if grown-up and Sauvage can go together, then it's Sauvage Eau de Parfum. I get so many compliments with this. It's just easy to wear. People like it. And for me, there are a lot of situations with work and with professional settings where you just need something that people like the smell of. You want to look good, you want to smell good, you want to come off pleasant. You're not trying to turn anybody off with your fragrance. I've just found that Sauvage EDP really works. You can really wear it all year round. And I've been enjoying it in the spring. This also has some anise in it. It gives it a little bit of that, again, a little bit of that, like that classic men's barbershop thing. Just a little bit. That anise in this kind of adds a little bit of that classic men's cologne touch to this that I like. So Sauvage EDP is still solid. It's a winner for me. I know, everybody has Sauvage. Everybody smell it. The EDP, still a winner for work. I really don't wear it any other time but for work. On Wednesday, we have my Prada pick. This is the one from Prada that I love. It's Prada Amber Pour Homme. To me, the superior Prada pick over fragrances like Prada L'Homme in terms of work. Again, this also has a little bit of that fougere thing going on, but just a little. It's mostly soapy. It's got some labdanum in it, gives it kind of an ambery touch. Mostly though, it's that Prada soapy thing that Prada is just so famous for. It's also got some patchouli, some cardamom. Saffron is one of the noticeable notes in this. I pour this stuff on when I wear it. Like, I just wear a ton of it. And for some reason, wearing a ton of this, it doesn't turn anybody off. It gives me a ton of compliments. Like, people go crazy for this when I just really shower in it before work. It lasts me the whole day. And I think that soapiness in it keeps it really crowd friendly. But then it's interesting enough that there's a little bit going on there for people to latch onto and go, oh, what is that? And I think it's unique enough. You're not going to smell like anybody else. I don't think a lot of people wear Prada Amber, honestly. Stand up straight, Junior. Stand up straight. I said stand up straight. If I stand up straight, my video is like, that doesn't look as good to me. I don't know, man. I think I kind of have to like get in there with you. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is how you're supposed to stand, folks. You got to stand up, shoulders down and back, chin up. You gotta look the part, gentlemen, ladies. Posture is important, but for this video, I want to be there. I want to be in there with you. Next, we have my cold weather people pleaser office fragrance from Dolce & Gabbana. It's the one Eau de Parfum. So I know a lot of these are the fragrances that have been talked to death. They're kind of the mass appealing fragrances, designer fragrances that get talked a lot. But for work, that's what you need. You need these type of fragrances. And Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum, is kind of a new love for me. I know people have talked about it for ages and it's been around. I ignored it for years. And just this past fall, winter, picked up a bottle, and I've been loving this stuff, especially for cold weather, professional settings. It sits close enough to the skin that for kind of a spicier, cold weather fragrance, it's not gonna offend anybody. You can still wear it in the office. But for me, it lasts still a whole work day. I still get 8-9 hours out of it. And it just smells good. People love the way this smells on me. It's easy to wear. I particularly like the grapefruit, coriander combo. So it's like a spicy citrus thing that lasts and lasts for me. I love it. It's great. It works when you're wearing a suit. It works in a professional environment. And again, I get tons of compliments from this. Love it. On Friday, probably the most no-brainer fragrance and probably the fragrance I wear the most for work. It's from Chanel. You could easily guess it. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. I prefer the Eau de Parfum for work. I love the pure perfume, but it's a little more elevated. I feel like it's a little more special. And the Eau de Toilette is a little bit too bright. The Eau de Parfum is kind of like the perfect medium for me. It's got quite a bit of amber and incense that keeps it mellow, keeps it a little bit darker, a little bit interesting. I feel like you can wear it in, you know, fall, winter, spring. Summer, I might go with the Eau de Toilette, but fall, winter, spring, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum is like the no-brainer people pleaser fragrance. Everybody loves it. Every time I wear this, I feel like somebody says, well, what are you wearing? People love this. And people are always surprised. Like even people that work in the fragrance industry, like, what are you wearing? I'm like, oh, it's the Bleu de Chanel EP. They're like, really? That smells awesome. So good. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. This is a fragrance that started it all for me, man. This is it. Always love Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Rounding things up with Saturday, the last day of the week for this week. This is a new acquisition, although I've been wearing it a lot. I had a decant and I've been wearing it a lot over the last month, trying to decide if I wanted to get a bottle. This is from Tom Ford. You may be able to guess. What's the best Tom Ford office fragrance? Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is far superior, in my opinion, to the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Toilette, a little too light. Eau de Toilette only for the high heat summer citrus and vetiver type of scent. EDP has a lot more going on. This is such a gorgeous vetiver scent. It's super professional. This is like uber professional suit, gray suit, black suit, blue suit, navy blue suit. This just works. I totally bathe in this one too. I put it like all over, and then on my shirt and everything, and it works. This one doesn't perform quite as well as some of the others. I feel like by the end of the day, it's not really projecting that much. Really, only about 6 hours of real performance in this one. So by the end of the day, you got to reapply with this, but totally worth it to me. And this really is standing out for me as one of my favorites for this spring. So stay tuned. My next video will be my top 10 spring designers. This will be on that list. I can tell you, spoiler alert, I don't think any of these will be. Part of the reason I chose these this week for my work week, office video, is that I know my spring video is coming out and I don't want to talk about the same fragrances in that. So this is the only one from this list that's going to be in my spring list. So stay tuned. I've got kind of my favorites designers in the spring list. This is more just what I wore this week, although some of them are my favorites for work. These are what I wear the most for work in a work week. So that's it. I'd love to hear from you in the comments some of your favorite work fragrances. Let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to do this again sometime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right here at Smells Like Fragrance channel for another video next time. Thanks so much for watching.